Sports NBA Summer League here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Day 3 of tournament play. Coming up, it's the number 22 Kid Niang and Diamond Stone for the Utah Jazz. The number 22 seed
from Houston, lost in 5.
Niang on the pick and pop. And George Niang recently
Carter competes.
Jaren Jackson Jr. working against Niang. Nice find to Kobe Simmons and one. Here's Mitru Long. Mitru Long just signing a 2-way contract with the Jazz moments ago, literally, and Long stayed with him. Off the screen. Carter, tough step back is good.
Two of them were in the East region with Villanova. Had them in Boston, Texas Tech, and West Virginia.
Niang with the floater, got it to fall. He's got a quick. And that's going to be a goaltend call. Dunking contest that he's lost. That's all you need to know. I want to say that he's played for the Harlem Globetrotters at one point, as Deontay misses almost everything.
Caught a little bit of the board or the foam around it. That was about it.
Niang fakes the handoff. Stone! Look at Eric Jackson Jr. with a great block out and rebound.
Holds off Diamond Stone and still gets able off 1 foot for the rebound.
Corner 3, good. Nothing.
You have to do your homework tonight.
On the couch, listening to you and Kesty, snacking on some almonds. With the robe on, too. I saw Fran identify during the game in action a Serbian coach from the stands that was scouting the talent here.
About the tripping and some of the other things that went on, you forget just how accomplished a player he is. He's there for 4 years, which means he won what, Jonesy? About 800. Down to the G League and improving, and they bring him back and forth, especially when they're close enough where you can get him up like a guy turns an ankle and shoot around, bring up your G League player the same day.
Lewis knocks down the long jump shot. 3-point lead for the Jazz. Simmons for the tie. Yes! Brady Hessler. Defense. How does he fit into your front line with Marc Gasol? You have Deontay Davis there now. You've got a couple of guys.
You know, the thing that's foremost on his mind is how are we going to win?
Right.
So I think that's where, you know, the conversations are always aimed with him is whatever we got to do, let's figure it out, but how are we going to win games that kind of fit that? And, you know, you can go down that bench and look at those guys, and those are a bunch of tough, physical, hard-nosed guys, and we wanted our staff to reflect that.
JB, how about that guy right there? Talk about grit and grab, number 3, Javon Carter. Talk about him a little bit.
He's, you know, again, a perfect example of what we're looking for from a toughness standpoint. A guy who run there. I think, you know, the style of play that we're going to play is going to be unique, and it's going to give us an opportunity to beat some people in a style that they're not used to playing. And
after each of these games and kind of debriefing him on the good, the bad, and the ugly, what are those conversations like?
We have our conversations, but right now I'm kind of letting him play. I want to put some stuff on stations, but we've put a plan in place, and we expect him, you know, to grow, but we're going to push him. We're teaching him those things. But
water blue and a dark blue, but it almost looks like that Georgetown dark blue and gray. Gets me a little anxious right there seeing that.
John Carter, he's there to give me ideas, you know, any questions I have, anything I want to run off of him. You know, he's just there. So it's been great to have somebody with that much.
Well, I'm so happy after the job you did in Houston and the job you did this past year that you're rewarded with a so well-deserved contract. Impact the defensive end of the floor. I think Javon Carter and Jaren Jackson Jr. are going to make a difference on the defensive end.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
And that's unusual for rookies.
Sometimes it takes a little bit longer for big guys, but, you know, with size, athleticism, and speed, it's that combination. It can be a deadly combination.
I remember as a rookie, I think it was Vince Carter actually moving him into his home and mentoring the young man. And right now he's without those training wheels and a supervisor consultant role, helping to coach up Jenna Schroeder.
Aspiring to work in the league, and they're not just here being evaluated, they're being mentoring. You saw Monty there talking to Jenna, and again, they're learning. A lot of the best officials.
And they'll get another chance under a minute to go. Carter, nice show and go. And Carter in a nice offensive rhythm. 6 seconds to go on the clock. Long on the drive. Nice find to his roommate, Niang. And that's how it works. 4-year player out of West Virginia. And PJ, when you watch him, he is ready to play as Davis knocks down the shot.
You block it with your left hand, it's a tremendous advantage. Jaren Jackson Jr. does that extremely well.
Simmons rattles that one in this time. Really helps you at the defensive end.
Takes advantage of that very, very well.
Oh, Carter with some sauce.
Wow.
Javon Carter.
Had the ball on his hip for a second, watched like pulling out of the holster. I don't know if he's got the replay.
And here's Javon Carter, a little stutter step. Lost the handle. 3-on-1. Ray! Oh, that was sugar! Ray punching it home over the big man.
And he did it.
And here's Ray again on the break. Better watch out. 3-on-2. Kidd with the slam. And the jet.
30 teams, 15 roster spots. There's 450. And now with the two-way players, you got another 60. They are at the oop. Yep.
Utah in the middle of a 9-0 run right now. The winner gets into the quarterfinals and will play the 76ers. The dribble handoff. That's the shooter, Brady Heslop. Good closeout by the big fella, but a little bit too late.
And he was.
Yeah, he got by Haas pretty easily. Lyles thought about it. Good defense by Goodwin, but a better shot.
Finishing at the rim, that shouldn't happen.
On the steal, Lyles got another one. Coach has had some interesting comments about Carter, saying he's going to have to learn the nuances of the NBA game and that you can't be quite as physical as Steph. Still waiting for that recruiting T-shirt that you promised him. That's why he went to Oregon State. Huh?
He's going to be waiting. He's going to be waiting a long time. Look at Javon
Carter inside. It was more or less a two-man race.
It certainly was. And what they did, again, they did it on teams that they helped put in doing interviews. He was at the draft. He was at the draft welcoming. Unbelievable.
He's living his best life right now. Coming off a great success back from playing in China. Yeah, your guy. And he lit it up. He had a bunch of 20-point games.
We had Marchand in Brooklyn, Avery Johnson. And I said to... I said, Dan, who was M. Brooks?
You thought it was
Marchand. What are you talking about?
At first you thought it was a typo. It might have been Dylan Brooks.
Unbelievable.
On the lob, DJ! Spin that song!
I'm correct. It's time for Utah to respond.
Lyles off the screen. Nice feed to Diamond Stone. Junior on the rip in the steal.
Give me that ball.
Wow. See what he does at the offensive end. Nice spin move. Boy, he started it. Jackson Jr. with 8.7 rebounds, 4 blocks in the game. Nice pass by Carter back to Davis. And a great find. Wonderful patience, 6-14.
That would have been interesting seeing the small guy in, find the big guy out in the corner.
Oh, Carter. Oh, he pulled out the silencer. Rebounded by Long. Niang with a head of steam. And got the way up to fall.
Memphis, they did win their first one. They got Detroit, then lost to Orlando and Sacramento, came back and got OKC.
Big job in raising that young man and letting him develop at his own pace. The bank shot by Kidd is good. Banks down to 5, but not enough time.
Banks open late here in Las Vegas.
There's a lot of ATMs in this town, PJ. And a lot of one-arm bandits that don't give the money back. Javon Carter was money tonight for the Grizzlies as they win it by 6, 92-86. Let's take a look at the final quarterfinal brackets. Lakers, Detroit, Sunday at 4 on ESPN.